Ask questions.
Get answers.
This is Experts on Call
On News Talk 580 CFRA.
Welcome back. We're talking about the annual Ottawa Fall Home Show. It's coming up next weekend at the EY Centre. One of the biggest home shows of the year. Now, we're going to get back to our conversation with show manager Robert Johnston shortly. But right now, I'd like to welcome back Jason Berggraf from the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association. Jason is the executive director of GOHBA. Good afternoon, Jason.
Good afternoon, Dave. Thanks for having me on again.
Always great to catch up with you, Jason. You've got a long association with the Ottawa Fall Home Show, certainly. But first, GOHBA has been a success story in itself in the Ottawa area for years. Let's take a look at some of those early days and why the association is even more relevant today than in the past.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like you say, the association's been around since 1951. Our primary members are builders, developers, renovators, contractors, suppliers, manufacturers, that make up the core of the membership. We've just crested over 430 members. We've grown about 30% over the past 2 years. So we're really seeing a good energy and a lot of action at the association. And as listeners will know, right, housing has become such an important topic at every level of government. It's a critical kind of thing for the industry to kind of come together and speak with one voice, especially on the rules and regulations that affect it. In Ottawa, Ottawa alone, the industry accounts for more than 38,000 jobs. There's 2.7 billion in wages and 5.7 billion in economic investment. So that's you're spending on housing, you're spending on renovations, and that's just across Ottawa. So it's a very important part of the economic picture in Ottawa. Now,
for the listener who is going to be going to the Ottawa Fall Home Show coming up next weekend at the EY Centre, you can drop by the GOHBA booth, and it's booth number 1033, but we're going to get into that in just a sec. I do want to ask, though, Jason, how does GOHBA create a competitive advantage for its members?
Yeah, we kind of focus on three things. One, we obviously work a lot on housing policies and regulatory change. That's at the municipal level, at the provincial level, at the federal level. We do a lot of business development forums. Obviously, we do a lot of networking and meetings. And then we deliver some professional education, and we do programs like at awards. We do two different housing awards programs. One, housing design, which is related to the Fall Home Show that we'll get into. And then we do it like a sales and marketing as well. So we try to give members of the industry as much exposure, both to the public, but then also to themselves, right? So that they can learn and collaborate together.
And this is great too, Jason. And one of the foundations, or one of the greatest foundations for any organization, would be some of the things that you strive for. And that's collaboration, innovation, professionalism, pride, and loyalty. Wow, those are terrific attributes.
Yeah, the collaboration is first because we really value speaking as a single voice, and we think we're working together, even though these are competing companies as such, right, with different home builders and different consultants and what have you. They are still committed to improving the industry and improving housing affordability and supply for Ottawa residents overall. And so that then that goes into the commitment on innovation, innovation in building science, but also regulatory affairs. That's conducting yourself with professionalism, both with your subcontractors, your partners, and with your clients. And then the pride is really, home builders are proud of the community building that they do. They're proud of the homes that they deliver to Ottawa residents. And then for loyalty, like we say, we're trying to support each other. So we want to, if you're a member, do business with another member. Any partner that you need, any consultant, engineer, lawyer, what have you, is here in our membership. So we really encourage everyone to work together, and it's mutually beneficial.
So who is eligible to join GOHBA? Now, are individual contractors welcome? I suspect they are. what are your membership numbers now?
Yeah, so individuals can certainly join. We typically name them under a company name, but we have lots of just independent contractors, essentially, or one-man shows as membership. And if you have a slightly bigger organization, that's not an issue either. We were happy to involve as many individuals within a single company as possible. That all goes under the same single association fee, the membership fee. So it's not if you're a bigger outfit, it doesn't cost any more to join. Like I said earlier, there's about 430 members right now. We've had significant growth because we've really tried to push our presence as a community builder and a community partner overall, along with our memberships. There's a membership fee. You sign on for a code of ethics, and that really goes to say, you're promising to deal with your customers and your construction partners just honestly and fairly, right? It's a commitment to professionalism.
Absolutely. Now, certainly a lot of challenges in the construction industry these days. Jason, I'm curious, what are some of the challenges that home builders are facing, when we've got this concerted effort to build more faster?
Yeah, always the approvals process is always the most difficult thing. And we constantly work on that with counterparts at the city, want to make it as efficient and effective as possible. I mean, in many cases, it still takes longer to get the permission to build a home than it does. It gets permission to get the home done than it does to actually construct the home, right? So it's always trying to work very hard on improving that process so that we can deliver homes in a more timely fashion.
Now, got to ask you, what is Howl? HOWL. That's where empowerment meets community. I like that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, Howl stands for Home Builders of Ottawa Women Leaders. And I can't take any credit for it. It's really the brain trust of our membership engagement director, Sula. She came from the Women's Business Network a couple of years ago, and we're very lucky that she joined the association. And it was really an effort to bring women together that operate in the industry, realize, how big of a presence women actually have, how much they have to contribute to the industry, and making sure that those voices are elevated in a male-dominated field.
Absolutely. Now, we got to talk about training and employment opportunities. Jason, certainly GOHBA is involved in training programs and opportunities, of course. This is very important. How can contractors or perhaps organizations in the contracting business proceed with this?
Yeah, I mean, what we offer to members is we basically, bring in experts to talk about changes to rules and regulations that govern home buildings. So as an example, there's rules around what you can do with soil from an excavation, right? So those are always constantly changing. So we have people who have the expertise on what those are. We also have people who speak on new inventions and new products that go into a home, tools that make a new home more energy efficient. And we also then have experts who speak on project management, cash flow, with that business management type of thing for those members who are kind of just starting their own business. The majority, like a lot of our members are typically skilled tradespeople, right? So they have a skill and then are just spinning off and starting their own business. And that's the kind of support that they need. The other thing with training that we're really proud of is recently we launched myfutureisbuilding.ca, which focuses on high skilled trades careers, more towards people who are considering getting into the careers from high school, from university, or people who are looking at a new career, a second career, if you will, what the opportunities are there, and really kind of showing the path from getting training right into a job. Excellent.
Now let's take a look at the fall home show. It's coming up next weekend at the EY Center. The GOHBA Awards, certainly, that is a key element. Folks can find out more about it. And what can people look forward to seeing and experiencing at your booth, which is 1033, by the way?
Yeah, right behind the main stage. We have a really big area, as we have had every year for the past number. And what we do is we showcase the finalists from our Housing Design Awards. This year, we had a record-breaking number of entries, 369, 88 different member companies enter the competition. We have 54 finalist categories with 233 finalists overall. And they really showcase, production homes, condos, custom homes, renovations, kitchens, bathrooms, little design details. And you can view all that if you're looking for some inspiration, if you have a specific idea and you want to see what others are doing. And these are real projects, real built homes, real renovations. You can get that kind of inspiration. And then you can also vote for your favorite. We're running a People's Choice Award. So if you take a look at those, vote for the one that's your favorite. You can also be entered to draw for tickets for an Ottawa Sens game in this upcoming year as well.
Perfect. Great prizing offers as well. All right. So visitors to the Ottawa Fall Home Show, be sure to drop by booth 1033. That's the GOHBA booth, the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association. You can learn an awful lot just from chatting with the folks at the booth. Well, we're right out of time on this particular segment. Jason, I want to thank you for dropping by. Great conversation.
Thanks for having me on, Dave.
As always, Jason Burgraff is with us, of course, and Jason is the Executive Director of the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association. Coming up right after the break, we'll chat with Chris Seagos. He's the Sales Manager of the Ottawa Fall Home Show, and get back into our chat with Robert Johnston, the Show Manager, as well. Experts on Call on News Talk 580 CFRA.
Ask questions.
Get answers.
This is Experts on Call
On News Talk 580 CFRA.